Okay. All right. So, hey, we're group, I think number four, and we're going to talk about the marketing plan for Joe. And if you can go to the next slide. Yeah. So the mission statement. So for this plan, we said that we want to build a loyal and lasting fan base for Joe that goes past his TikTok fame and his Netflix characters. And we want to position Joe as a credible artist within the independent scene, especially after the release of his last album, The Crew. And yeah, this campaign is just committed to make you think of Joe as a recording artist instead of the actor Joe Keery. Okay, so the target audiences, who are we speaking to? Mainly, we're talking to Gen Z and millennials, so people 18 to 34. Of course, this is very flexible, especially because of social media. But his audience is digitally native and is very active on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. And they that's their way of discovering music through playlists, YouTube live sessions, vinyl culture, and well, Joe's audience also listens to other artists like Tame Impala, Phoebe Bridgers, Arctic Monkeys, Wallows. And his main audience is in larger metro areas like LA, New York, Chicago, and internationally, cities like Sao Paulo or Berlin. Okay, so the key channels we want to use for this campaign is going to focus heavily on social media. We consider that it would have been a waste of time considering the demographic to start pitching like radio or maybe TV even because it's like our generation just is not consuming media through those channels anymore. Though we are consuming a lot of TikTok and Reels and YouTube, and we're always on our phones and on our computers, right? So we want to engage with fans on TikTok, maybe more personal stuff where Joe shares more about his process and his personality. Okay, so for this campaign, we came up with a budget of 300K, which would go 45% of it would go to digital and social media marketing, which is a bigger chunk of our budget since we decided that this is going to be our main channel. Nevertheless, PR and media is going to be very important, coming second with 25%. We want media outlets like Stereogum or Pitchfork talking about his last album, and this will give him the credibility as a more serious artist and not only a guy that blew up on TikTok, right? Um, And also, we want to do like in-person IRL experiences where he's engaging actively with fans. This can involve like pop-up stuff where he just does like appearances for very loyal and like close fans. And we just did a 10% of the whole budget will be just contingency. We never know what would happen within the campaign, so it's always good to have like some money that we can spend extra if something happens. Okay, so within regarding the SWOT analysis, we found that his strengths are that he already has a very prominent digital presence. He went viral with one of his songs on TikTok, appearing on multiple reels. He's versatile with his well, not only his acting career, but also his music. His last album is very different one than what the crew is. And of course, his unique branding, well, his whole aesthetic relies heavily on his individuality and how he perceives, well, how the people perceive him as someone different. A weakness could be the overexposure that he has as a celebrity, especially because of the Stranger Things role, but also because of the oversaturation of his songs just going viral on TikToks on just random reels, right? And he also doesn't have a lot of live performance experience that eventually will grow over time, but this can also be considered as a weakness. His opportunities would heavily rely on international markets, especially in Brazil, which is a rising market for his niche and his audience, and also collaboration with artists within the same genre. And as I mentioned, a threat could be the viral fatigue that some of his music has already been oversaturated with social media. Okay, and our key performance indicators would rely heavily on data, like total album sales and streams for the crew, his last album, monthly DSP listeners, number of the crew songs added to editorial playlists, um, TikTok and Instagram follower followers, engagement rate on social media. This is a cool one because it also involves of fans engaging with like doing like their own TikToks about talking about the album and just like doing their own stuff with what we are given to the fans. And also he's going on tour, so we expect to see a an increase in tour ticket sales.
Okay, for our marketing strategies, we have multiple different ways we can help build engagement. One is content marketing. One way you can do that is making videos for top songs that are getting a lot of engagement already through the album, and also shooting behind the scenes content to help boost the album. And also, I think it'd be really fun to have some Polaroids just to help add to the retro vibe. You can also build an email list to help send out newsletters for fans and collaborations with other people, especially from Stranger Things. I think will help build engagement. Like Maya Hawke, someone he was really close with while filming Stranger Things, and Surf Curse, which is a band that I found which sounds quite like Joe. Another thing is the social media marketing. Most of the people for his targeted audience are on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, which I think posting on there will help build a lot of engagement. And TikTok is a really huge platform where people find a lot of different artists. I think one way to do this is to follow a daily plan to help build engagement and post at certain times. Like, for example, on Monday, he can post a photo dump on Insta around 12 p.m. And on TikTok, he can share how to like the filming process of creating the song. Also, creating engaging videos to promote his upcoming tour and posting them for ads and ad spots will also help build engagement. For public relations, I think sending emails to websites and blogs will help a lot. And having like a short biography about the new album, who Joe is, and kind of taking him away from the actor space will help boost him. Also, booking places for podcasts, radio shows, late night shows to promote the album will help a lot as well. Appearances like this don't only boost visibility, but they can also help create a valuable network opportunity for future collaborations and album releases. Having a good network with people in the industry helps so much. For live performances, I think having pop-up shows and making it engaging for fans, like having a little scavenger to find like this hidden little venue, will create a lot of buzz for people to talk about for days. Also expanding his tour that he's currently on to cities like Chicago, Nashville, and Atlanta will also help build some views for this album, especially since Chicago ties directly into one of his most popular songs, and Nashville is a major hub for music lovers. We're not Music City for nothing. Atlanta also connects to his Stranger Things roots, which a lot of people love going to the Stranger Things conventions. And I think adding that will add kind of like a sentimental place for the people who grew up watching him during that show. Another thing is radio promotions. I think finding radio stations can help if you want to reach to a different targeted audience, because sometimes it is nice to branch out. He could set up days where he can go in and do like exclusive interviews and even give tickets to shows. I know how, like the little fun giveaways that radio shows do build a lot of engagement for not only them, but also the artist. And streaming and playlist campaigns, finding playlists like up and coming artists, new music, and indie vibes are a good way to get your music out there and to find new consumers and new listeners. I also think finding some more like genre or feeling based playlists are important as well, kind of like a moody playlist. And I think one song that would be good to pitch is Delete Ya from this new album because it's kind of wishing you could get rid of someone from your past. And also posting fun stories on Instagram and TikTok can also help build engagement. Thank you.
And just to wrap it up, our main concern is really to bring Joe into this role of an established artist and not just being seen as an actor. And, we also want to recognize like all the things that he has done in his artist career so far, such as having an established website. He has merchandise, selling physical media, having many releases that he's already put out to his fans, and having a solid fan base already. And through our key performance indicators, mainly based off of his album, The Crew, we want to use that as measurements for the future to measure his success with our marketing plan and, get to the point where we need to be where he's looked at as an established artist and is able to expand in all these categories that we laid out. So, thank you.